a move that could change the Celtics' destiny. When it comes to market moves in the NBA, few teams carry as much historical weight as the Boston Celtics, but are they ready to give up valuable assets for a prospect? A recent proposal has put Cam Whitmore, a $15 million forward, on the team's radar. And if you think this is just another trade, get ready to uncover the details that could shape the future of the franchise. A bold move or a calculated risk? Imagine the tension behind the scenes. The Boston Celtics, riding high on a promising season, currently hold the second spot in the Eastern Conference. While the Cavaliers' leadership seems unreachable, Boston has its sights set on something much bigger. This isn't just about winning a title this year. It's about building a dynasty, one that cements the team as a dominant force for years to come. Enter an unexpected name, Cam Whitmore, currently overshadowed in the Houston Rockets, a team brimming with young talent competing for every second on the court. Whitmore could be the missing link to balance the Celtics' present and future. Who is Cam Whitmore and why is he drawing attention? Cam Whitmore, while not yet a standout name in the NBA, has all the attributes to one day become a star. Averaging 9.5 points per game with enviable physical characteristics, he shows glimpses of rare potential. However, his situation in Houston reflects an overcrowded roster and fierce competition for playing time. In such a saturated environment, he's far from realizing his full potential. But what makes the idea of Whitmore in Boston so enticing? The Celtics are a franchise known for developing talent and maximizing the performance of players with raw potential. Picture Whitmore in a structured environment, surrounded by a balanced roster of established stars and rising young players. Even if he doesn't initially see significant court time, he could learn from veterans like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, gaining experience as he prepares to take on a bigger role in the future. Are the Celtics giving up draft picks? The Boston Celtics are so focused on building a sustainable future that they may be overlooking one of the most critical aspects of a championship contending team: the importance of a deep roster with immediate adaptability. Late first-round draft picks are often undervalued in their strategic significance. These picks can be used as trade currency to acquire experienced players or turned into young talents who can make an immediate impact in the rotation. By giving up these picks, Boston risks limiting its flexibility, both financially and in terms of roster depth, especially in a league where the margin for error is razor-thin for elite teams. Additionally, the obsession with balancing the present and future could lead the Celtics to make the classic mistake of sacrificing consistency for long-term bets. Does investing in Cam Whitmore, a player with potential but not yet a proven asset, justify giving up assets that could ensure immediate reinforcements or greater stability in the future? Teams like the Celtics, with championship aspirations, must consider whether it's more worthwhile to focus on reliable veterans who complement the main rotation rather than adding a question mark that may take years to develop. Does Jaden Springer have more potential than Cam Whitmore? Most view Jaden Springer as a secondary piece in this trade, but that perception might be far from reality. Underestimating him ignores the impact that elite defensive players like him can have on a team. Springer has already demonstrated a strong work ethic and above-average defensive skills, qualities highly valued in a league increasingly driven by complex strategies. In a competitive and rebuilding environment like the Houston Rockets, he could not only find his place, but also become a pivotal piece for the team's tactical balance. On the other hand, while Cam Whitmore boasts impressive athletic traits, he remains an enigma. His flashes of talent have yet to translate into consistent on-court performance, making his projection riskier. Betting on Whitmore means banking on the uncertain potential of a player who might take years to solidify, or worse, never reach the expected ceiling. This uncertainty puts the Rockets in a vulnerable position. Does giving up a versatile defender like Springer make sense for a player who is still an unproven promise? The trade seems like a classic case of long-term vision versus tangible present results. But are the Rockets choosing the right path? Investing in Springer's development within their system might yield more consistent rewards than gambling on a player like Whitmore, whose development remains a question mark. This decision must be carefully analyzed, considering not only potential, but also the capacity for immediate impact on a team still rebuilding. What do the Rockets gain from this? On the other side of the trade, the Houston Rockets find themselves in a favorable position by acquiring Jaden Springer, along with a valuable collection of draft picks, 1 first-round pick in 2025 and 2 second-round picks in 2026 and 2031. For a team clearly in rebuilding mode, accumulating young talent and future assets aligns perfectly with their goals. Springer, even without standout numbers this season, is a player who draws interest from several franchises. His defensive ability and energy on the court are qualities hard to ignore, especially in a young roster seeking consistency and identity. The strategy of stockpiling draft picks isn't new, but for the Rockets, it has become almost a mantra. In a league where young talent is the most valuable currency, Houston shows foresight in prioritizing the future, even if it means parting with a promising player like Cam Whitmore. After all, a successful rebuild requires patience, planning, and above all, the flexibility to seize opportunities like this. Could Cam Whitmore be more valuable to the Rockets than Jalen Green? Jalen Green is often seen as the face of the Rockets' future, but is he truly the best bet to lead the franchise's rebuild? While Green is a dynamic and explosive scorer, his impact on the game shows limitations that cannot be ignored. His defensive inconsistency is a growing concern, especially in a league where elite players need to contribute on both ends of the court. Moreover, his decision-making in critical moments often hinders the team, raising questions about his ability to lead under high-pressure situations. To what extent does Green have the profile to be the cornerstone of a franchise seeking sustainable success? Conversely, Cam Whitmore represents a unique opportunity for development and balance. His physical and athletic attributes not only offer offensive potential, but also the ability to become a significant defensive presence, an essential characteristic for any winning team. Unlike Green, Whitmore brings a skill set more aligned with collective play, potentially making him a more versatile and adaptable player in various tactical contexts. If developed in an environment prioritizing his evolution, he could become a cornerstone for the Rockets' long-term success. Giving up Whitmore now could be a colossal strategic mistake, especially considering the possibility that Green might not reach the expected level. The Rockets' rebuild cannot rely solely on flashes of individual talent. It must prioritize players who contribute to the team's balance and consistency. Is the franchise betting on the wrong player to lead its future? Is a first-round pick worth sacrificing? From the Celtics' perspective, the analysis is different but equally strategic. With a solid roster led by stars like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, sacrificing a first-round pick doesn't seem like too high a price. The logic behind this decision is simple. If Boston succeeds in its championship aspirations, the 2025 pick will fall at the end of the round, reducing its future impact. In other words, the Celtics are betting that success in the present outweighs the sacrifice of a future asset. It's essential to remember that late first-round draft picks often turn into players who take years to develop, if they ever reach the necessary level to impact a team like Boston. On the other hand, investing in a promising talent like Whitmore offers a more tangible advantage, the opportunity to shape a player within an already winning structure. And now, the decision lies with the Boston Celtics. Should Boston take a chance on Whitmore, a player with star potential, or keep its full focus on chasing the championship this season? The trade presents clear benefits for both teams, but also raises a critical question. How far is it worth sacrificing the future for a brilliant present?